All right, hello and welcome, ladies and gentlemen. My name is Benjamin, and I don't have a shirt on because I'm a freak, so you're just gonna have to deal with that throughout this video. So I'm here to deliver some cool tips to you, some tips that have been life-changing in mine during this freaking COVID pandemic. I'm kind of pissed off about it. You have the right to be pissed off about it because it kind of just slayed all of our plans. We were all just in our comfort zones. Life was taking its own kind of like trajectory, and then, something out of our control just kind of stomped us to the ground and was like, actually, just slow the fuck down. You got to do something new. And so this video is on how to adapt during these changing times, because you'll notice if we things aren't just going back to normal. You know what I'm saying? Like, we have the whole world, and most of it is like we're just struck by fear, if not, and it's like a very unique time that human beings are afraid of being close to each other and breathing on one another. And like, if someone had said, in the beginning of the year that, hey, in 3 months you're all gonna be afraid to be in groups more than like 3 people, and afraid of like breathing on one another, you'd probably think they were crazy. Yet here we are faced with an immense challenge during these times to not only adapt to this, but really search inside and find some of our own greatness again, to be able to represent our ideas to the world and adapt with the changing times. Because loads of people, if you're a business owner, are probably fucking pissed off, right? It's like, what are we doing? I know me, I'm, working on my businesses, and it's like, wow, this is really throwing a curveball. So I have to learn to adapt. And that's why I've gone the extra mile to brainstorm and to get into online courses and to get into online programs so that I can learn some of the information that's the latest and greatest during these times. And this is some of the best tips I've learned so far. So we have to pretty much rearrange, guys, our definition of success, whether that's starting our own online business now, or somehow, because we're in this time where people want more security, more safety, and more convenience. So how can we adapt our market? Because we can't be the old style that just tries. There's a restaurant analogy. One restaurant, is just mad that things are happening like this, and why aren't they going back to the way things should have been, or could have been, or have been. And then another restaurant just turns their place into a drive-through, who does the proper social distancing, and just adapts to the situation and starts tripling their revenue, tripling their sales. And that's essentially the mindset we have to have during this time if we actually want to continue to, be profitable and kind of dip into our potential as human beings, because we're so great as human beings and have so much potential that even if things don't turn out the way that we feel like they should be working right now, is we have to maybe look into the past a little bit and see if all the great things that have happened through the people that things didn't come easy to, settling a new colony, America, and just, winning wars. And it was when people were faced with only the one thing to do, and that was to be resourceful. And that was, when everything seemed to be collapsing in on them, and they had to actually find a way out. And that's what all great stories we hear, are based on, is the heroics journey of making some kind of comeback, of they're surviving, when it seemed like everything had gone terrible. And now this is an opportunity for each one of us, if we're resourceful enough, believe in ourselves, and take massive action, and actually just be the hero of our own story, have a huge potential to do something great with our life and serve humanity during this time. We have to play the hero's journey and the hero's role, and really be the star of our own film, and really step up and fill the boots. So basically what the world needs right now, and it wants right now. You know what I'm talking about? We have everything being delivered to our houses, from toilet paper to Taco Bell to freaking, McDonald's and everything else. You know what I'm talking about? So that's where people want more security, more safety, and more convenience. So we have to look at our business models and not, like, we can't just, like, me teaching yoga, like, I can't just be like, okay, I'm going to just go teach people in person because they want more safety. I have to adapt to the times and be teaching online now, offering online classes, one-on-one classes, one-on-one coaching with yoga, breathing techniques, how to stay calm, centered, how to, release some of the fear and so on, and adapt to those times. So, we can serve effectively. So whatever business you're in, you have to get resourceful in this. So number one tip for that is complexity kills the actual progress. And if you are going to go take action on things, you can't make it too complex. Like, you got to just go all in and, like, model something that already is working, and not be afraid to fail here, because we're essentially like babies walking, and we can't just be like, okay, we're not going to walk. You know what I'm talking about? Because if this is how the world is right now, and this is just the reality of it, right, guys? Like, is this not just how the world is right now? Is the world not just in social distancing right now? There's not millions of businesses going online. Like, it just is how it is. Like, maybe it sucks, maybe it doesn't to some of us, but, we have to change with the changing times, because we can't be locked in some old model, I used to, frankly, like, make fun of the idea that, like, when I was young, maybe 12, maybe younger than that, people would be like, you guys are just on your cell phones, yada, yada, yada. But it's like, it's with the changing time. Whether or not it's the new trend, it's just with the changing times that we have to adapt as humans and get to know the things that are constantly being produced, because that's just, that's how we're going to make them be the most effective. So we got to be willing to take massive action, okay? Right here, if you're thinking about starting your own business, if you're thinking about changing your business idea up, if you're thinking about a new way to, like, make income, or new way to design your business, or a new way to serve your clients, or a new business model, you gotta be willing to take the massive action. But also, we gotta model the success in what's working during these times, because there's no need to reinvent the wagon wheel, guys. It's very simple. We gotta kind of, like, put some of the pride to the side, because we actually just need to see what's working, find people like mentors, find people that have actually walked the walk, so that we can model that. And that's what I'm simply doing here, coming from an online business course that I'm in, and just simply sharing what people are still generating millions of dollars, but have adapted their entire systems so that we can, again, make a massive change in humanity right now. Because maybe at the core, maybe that's really what we're here to do, is to, serve humanity, whether or not you're spiritual or not. But I think we can all agree that we feel the best when we make someone else's life better, or have an incredible experience, and not just try to take everything. Because a while we're going to get burnt out, and we're going to want that light and that passion again, where we're turned on and we're creative, and in our creativity producing something, because that's one of the gifts of humanity, guys. Like, if you pull back the curtains and look at our mechanism for who we are, Wizard of Oz style, like, we're incredible human beings, and when we get in touch with that, we can actually create something that serves humanity, serves another human being, just by your own incredible ingenuity. Like, whoever you are, just say thank you for who you are, because you have the most incredible potential. And who you are right now is an incredible human being, because you get to serve humanity. You have this potential in your lifetime. If you imagine that, you are 25 and you might live to 95. You have this lifespan to live your best life ever, and you actually get to add something, a legacy, if you wish to, that can serve humanity. And that's really freaking cool, like, honest to God, from my heart. But again, that's what I do. I'm into yoga. I'm into pumping people up. I'm into being a coach. I'm into being here for accountability. I'm here just to like really give you the miracle grow so you really freaking shine as a human being. Because, you know, if anything, that's what I would have liked all along my life. You know, having that kind of role that someone keeps, you know, they have trust in you and respectfully keeps accountability into you and is able to deliver some really sick knowledge to make your life even better. Guys, next we were talking about you guys have to be willing to let go of the past. Trust me, like I know what it's like when things change so rapidly and you look back to how did things work, like how did that job work, or how did things work so well in the past. But we have to be willing to let go of the past, because how things are now are not anything like they have been in the past. So we have to look to what's working now and model that, so that we can continue to grow and look to the future, because that's the only way that it's going to work, having a vision beyond tomorrow, okay? This right here, okay? Having a vision beyond tomorrow, because that's what's going to give you the juice, the vision. And if you imagine someone I'll use for an example, like the iPad, Steve Jobs, iPad, even electronics, they always knew that they were going to have to be adapting. So it starts with a vision. He has Steve Jobs has thousands of employees now, even though he's long gone now. But his vision lives on. So when you have a vision beyond tomorrow, you have the potential to create something immaculate, which is pretty cool, to be honest. And those are some of the tips, guys. So that's the value I'm able to deliver to you today and right now. And yeah, I just want you to go out there, be a go-getter, and continue to be resourceful. Keep yourself accountable. Reach out if you want accountability. If that's something you feel like you would like and it would make your life better, then you know, you don't need to take a shirt off like me. You can keep it on. But yeah, now is the time, guys, to really reach our potential and soar for new heights and really reach the highest of the highs. Be outstanding always.